Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Heffe's Chopshop. Today we're going to try and get this Mk1 Golf running. So if you haven't seen the last episode, I bought this thing for Jackson from a Paddock. So he's not here today. I'll jump into some footage from the other day when he was here, and then we'll get back into this. So Jackson's going to be stuck at work for the next couple of weeks. So just while he's here, we're going to try and have a look at this Mk1 really quickly, see if this engine turns over. I'm going to try and make it run because he doesn't want to deal with this thing at all. He doesn't want to touch it really, but he's also busy. So we're just going to have a quick crack into it, see if it turns over, see what else we can look at while Jackson's here for probably half an hour or so, and then I will be solo. So Jackson's got a ratchet on the harmonic balancer and it turns over pretty freely, which is nice. Doesn't seem to be any ridges or anything that's holding him up. So that's a really good start.
Yeah.
Dizzy is spinning.
It turns really well off compression.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
The points need adjusting. There's also no screw in the points, so they would be doing nothing. That's helpful. They're not even plugged in.
I'll put a battery in it before the startup settings.
You're going to turn it over?
Yeah.
So we've got a battery. There's some terminals coming straight off the starter. So we'll chuck this in and try and turn it over.
Jeff's got this battery lovingly marked out as red and not red. So we got happy and sad terminals.
Okay, so we've got the negative on the not red, and we've got the red on the red. He's got the trigger in his hand, which is going to put to the positive. That sounds so low on compression.
That's what every Mk1 sounds like.
Sounds so sad. Poor little guy.
It's a shame we don't have a dizzy because
Yeah, if we had a dizzy, we'd probably get somewhere.
the exhaust sounds kind of cool just on compression. I didn't even bother doing the old smell test because there's no fuse box in it.
There's nothing in this car. Well, there's parts, but there's no wiring past here, basically. It's good. Gee, that sounds sad.
It sounds like every Mk1 ever. Diesel Golfs need like a 440 CCA battery. This is an 845.
It's a big battery, and it's still cranking slow. Nice. So now you can see the small amount of work we have done to this thing. So Jackson's friend Taylor is going to come up and give me a hand. He's bringing some golf parts with him. A carby, a fuel pump, I think a dizzy. So we should be good to go. We're just going to try and get this thing running just for a bit of a laugh. So let's get into it. Now this motor is pretty much worthless. It is the 1.6 litre Mk1 Golf engine. Pretty much everyone that has a Mk1 Golf gets a Mark III engine. You can get a different size, you can get a bigger motor, and they're a lot newer and they bolt straight in. So we're not going to be too careful with this thing, but we do know it turns over. We do have a cooling system if we get it to run for long enough to bother. And then I'm pretty sure that carby is a bit knackered because it was quite stiff when we first got this thing here. And then there's also no dizzy bits and no leads and stuff. So Taylor's bringing all that. Fuel pump's just there. I've got some fresh fuel, so we should be good to go. So I'll just try and get some bits ready for when Taylor gets here. Taylor's here.
Hello, Internet.
What did you bring, Taylor?
Okay, so what we've got, thingies to help with the roof, because I saw in that last video that Jackson needed these.
He does.
So we've got these. These
Thank
are my
you.
last two.
Oh,
Lucky little If it was anybody else, I would be a big fat no. We have an old coil that may or may not work.
yep.
A fuel pump that definitely does work.
Oh, cool. Is that off your blue car?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
sweet.
off the blue car.
Yep.
This is also off my blue car.
Yep, so that should definitely work as well.
So this will work. It's just a bit old and a bit crusty. Spiders have been living in there. I don't know how good that is.
Yep.
So I also grabbed the cap off my Mark III.
Yeah, right.
Spare
Off the
Mark
spare
III.
car, yep.
Yep.
And plugs.
And plugs, because I wasn't sure if we were going to need plugs or not. I just didn't know what we were going to need.
Cool, thank you.
That looks like it may or may not go with the coil though. So we might need to
Make something happen. Yep.
do a little bit of magic.
Yep.
I've also brought carbine and intake. It's grubby, but that definitely works.
Awesome.
The missing turbo badge, very important.
Do you know what that's off of?
I think it's off of VL.
That's what I thought originally as well, but it doesn't look right.
No, it was just on here when. So the story was, a million years ago, I've left a note in this dude's window of a red Mark 1. It had like a little visor and stuff. It was like full textbook 70s. Loved the thing. And then about 6 years later, I get this random phone call, and this guy was like, "You still interested in my Mark 1?" I'm like, "What?" And I went up there
I
and
don't
saw
know
it.
which car you're talking about, but yes.
The red one, yeah. Went up and saw it. Instantly, I'm like, "Take my money. It's
Yeah.
all good." And he goes, "Oh, by the way, here are 2 more cars. You can have them for free." So I got the green one, and I got Ducky. Ducky was in my yard for like a week, and then the guy that you got Ducky from, I sold him. This is back when Golfs were plentiful. I sold him the green one for $25. Kind of regret that.
Which was a really nice one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just had a bit of patina. I really liked that car, but I just didn't have space. I had 9 Mark 1s at that point. and I'm like, "You can have Ducky, just take it,
Yeah.
go." So that's how that happened. But yeah, this turbo badge was on it.
I wonder what that's off of. If you know what this is from, let us know.
Yeah.
It does look like a VL one, but I'm pretty sure they're squares, aren't they?
I don't know.
It's funny though, because this just straight back on the back of the car.
Well, yeah, I don't know if that's still sticky or not.
Oh, it's not sticky, but it's the right pattern. Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
is
I
the
mean-
one off this car. That's so cool.
I don't know if Jackson's going to remember this, but a million years ago when he left Mark 1s, he also left his old number plates. And I've hung on to them all this time. So I thought, give him a pretty little ribbon. There you go, buddy.
A little
Merry
gift.
Christmas. Because they need to go back on there.
Yeah. This one's an 80 though, so it doesn't quite fit, but it's good. All right, let's get started.
Yeah.
So I turned around for 2 seconds and Taylor swapped the Dizzy, the fuel pump, and he's halfway through the carby.
Si, senor.
So I've ripped out the stuff we don't need and got some wires so we can jump it.
Those cable ties weren't going to untie themselves.
Yeah, there was some really important cable ties that I cut. And we're pretty much, I'd say like 80% of the way to getting this thing firing up already.
I'm just going to tighten them up. Then we just need to run fuel,
And wires.
wires, get these spark plugs out of the way,
Yep, excellent.
and try and work out our coil dealio.
So Taylor bought a coil, questionable coil. I've got some that are all questionable. There's one probably on that truck which I haven't shown you guys that's probably questionable, but we can try. And if we get really stuck, there's one on the Corolla. So the plugs are out. We're just going to put some fresh good ones in that we know, well, fresh, they're out of another car, but we know they're good. I'm just going to turn it over without the plugs in. Seems happy. It's working?
Yeah.
Cool.
Seems to be.
So I've just dodged up some wiring, so we should be good to go there. Taylor has done everything else.
I'm currently the fuel tank mount.
He's holding the fuel tank, and we've got some fresh fuel line. So there's no reason this shouldn't fire up other than possibly dizzy timing.
There's lots of reasons why this shouldn't fire up.
No, there's none.
It'll be
So
fine.
I'll chuck you guys on a tripod and we'll give this a crack.
Oh, hang on. We're stupid.
So there was a bung missing and the oil started to come out, so we've got oil pressure, which is what we were testing for, right, Taylor?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Exactly what we're testing for.
We check it, we got spike.
That's probably an excellent place to divert our attention from
Yeah.
what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't want to deal with this.
Also, Jackson, Jeff told me that you didn't want to deal with this engine. Miss you, buddy.
It's just not earthing very well where it's sitting at the moment.
Yes, that's not surprising.
But it is working. What, you mean that perfectly polished surface on the top there is not any good?
Yeah. That surface is beautiful. I'd weld through that.
So would I. Just turn it up.
Alright. Yeah, we've got fuel. Okay. We're good.
Can't see any fuel in there, but... It's blowing black out the back. Alright, do I get it? I need to film that cloud. Go for it. That sounds like it's working now though.
That does
It didn't sound like that before. We definitely got spark, got oil pressure, but not that matters. Fuel pump's working, so maybe timing, but that's about it. That sounds better. Sort of keep cranking it, or?
I don't know. If it was going to go, it probably would have gone.
That's what I was sort of thinking. You're the only travelling golf mechanic I know. That was sounding really close then for a second.
Golf mechanic and me, very strong words.
I've seen you swap multiple golf engines.
Yes,
You're the only person I've seen swap multiple golf engines.
this is true.
You're the best golf mechanic I know.
Oh, there's your problem. No.
I assume the firing order is correct.
Yes.
342. Yeah, same as every 4-cylinder ever. Is it in the right spots? Like it'll be 180 out or something.
It could be.
Because that would make it backfire and, you know, not work.
Rotor arm might not be in the right spot.
Oh, because it can go one of two ways.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
Go again?
Yes.
That sounds way more inspiring.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
That's odd. Is it full of water? We thought we just pumped fuel into the head. We're hydrolocking it really slowly.
Maybe. I mean, it has had a lot to drink.
Just pretend it plugs out and just like turn it over. Let's see if there's anything crazy going on. It's got spark.
Yes.
Can hear it. It's turning over and now it sounds like it's kind of locking up. So we're wondering if we've filled the cylinders with fuel. But that looks pretty dry, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's turn it over
and
anyway.
clean and fresh.
Woo! That was spicy on my eardrums.
Yeah.
I think we got compression and firing in that cylinder anyway.
Yes. Okay, that's it doing that by itself, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe it's 180 out now. That's what I'm wondering.
Yes.
That sounds like actually 180 out now.
This isn't working because Jackson piked.
Yeah, Jackson's not here. That's why it's not working.
Yeah. If he was here, Ducky would have been like, "Ah, yes, my new best friend. I'll start for you right away."
Just hear that zapping around the wait for you guys.
I can see it. I can see it zapping around. All right.
Try again.
Yep. Oh, I saw a bit of a flash down there.
Unless the exhaust is completely blocked. But that's very unlikely.
Try again. I don't know, man. It's one of life's great mysteries.
Hmm.
That's meant to be about there.
What are we missing? There's something very obvious that we're missing, surely. Is the cam actually moving?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It's just like the crank spinning, but nothing else is happening.
Yeah, and we're definitely getting spark.
Yeah, definitely got fuel.
So that would, I mean, the exhaust, it could very well be full of crap. You never, like, I mean, mice could have been living up in there.
Yeah, it could be. Well, there was mousies in here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna exhaust undo it. It is awkward. The battery's too big.
Should we raise the car a little, perhaps?
No. So exhaust is cut off, and now we're going to try and crank her over again. So we're thinking that the exhaust may have been plugged with mouses. Mouses' houses. Ready?
Yep.
That's much louder.
What's going to happen, right, is you're going to post this,
And someone will be like,
and then top comment is going to be like, "You idiots, why didn't you just do
X. Is it going to be from
insert solution here?"
Yeah. Have I hooked up the dizzy wrong somehow? No, because we're getting spark.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. That's attached dish. That's attached dish.
Yeah, so it's just not, we've got fuel, we've got spark. We've tried the dizzy both ways around.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Messed around with the timing.
Mm-hmm. We've now relieved the back pressure.
We have.
What's a good back pressure?
What else is there?
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah,
That's the missing component.
it's the missing link.
We need upgrade.
Come on, friends.
Start your Jackson.
Start your Jackson.
It's very unsatisfying.
It is. Take the plugs out. I'll get a wire brush. We'll
Yeah.
clean them out, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the plugs aren't super pretty.
Excuse me? Pardon?
1, 3, 4.
What?
Yeah, let's just
Ignore that, move on.
yeah, let's definitely ignore that and move on. One thing that my girlfriend did suggest that we haven't tried yet. Come on, baby.
I was going to say, talking to it nice.
She said, stroke it and say lovely things. Come on, baby. Just start for us. Come on.
So we've added a bunch of Jump Elite Earths, even though it's rated as Earth.
Start, you friend.
Come on, pal.
I've tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas.
So,
A little bit of persuasion.
don't make me why I order.
Come on, Ducky.
That's some interesting noises.
Some of those noises are going out the back and some of those noises are coming out the front.
Yeah.
I don't think that's entirely correct.
33 minutes of us trying to find another coil. I don't know if this one works, but it might. It did like one compression cycle. Does that count? It runs! It runs, guys, yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah! Clack, 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 clack.
How's our enthusiasm?
Yeah! Woo, clap, etc.
Well, that could classify as running. It ran.
It doesn't, but it does.
Making some really interesting noises.
I've never heard those kinds of noises from a car before.
Mr. Magoo. I mean, I don't know whether we try flipping the dizzy around again.
No, I think
It sounded better this
definitely
one.
right, yeah. What a silly noise. Like, I love it, but what a silly noise.
See, maybe part of the problem was we just needed a camera angle change.
Oh, yeah, no, that was it.
And some more leads.
And Jackson.
And Jackson.
Mr. Magoo.
Bagoo. Remember, kids, danger equals success.
I think I know what's wrong. I've never heard an engine say bagoo and work. Smell like campfire.
That's an interesting smell.
Smells like campfire. Like actual camping bonfire.
Yeah. Are we on fire, Jeff?
I don't know. It's like the third time this year. Do you want to flip the dizzy again? Don't really think of anything.
A little bit.
Yeah, go for it. I guess I don't really know what else there is.
No.
I'm reasonably confident in my terrible wiring, because at least it's zapping the crap. Did you hear that? That was the oil cap. Wow. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
My ears are ringing again. We found all the fuel.
Yeah, that's
all
where
in the crank.
So that's where the fuel is. I might just unplug some things.
So very unfortunately, just after talking about this thing being on fire, Taylor went to pull the Dizzy out to turn it 180 and it sparked, and there was obviously fuel in the sump, I guess, and absolutely everything went bang really loudly.
As you can see, that's gone.
That's gone. That's smoking. My ears are ringing.
Yeah.
And
we've got smoke coming out of here as well.
Yeah, there's smoke coming out of the crank. Wow, that's bad. I also can't hear very well anymore.
No.
That was really loud.
When that exploded,
Taylor had his face in all of it. I'm going to crank it and watch all the smoke come out, because that seems like a good choice. That really just took off, didn't it?
I undid that.
Oh, did you? Okay, that's right
not
then.
negative.
Oh, you were really prepared for a fire.
Yeah.
I just went over there looking for the oil cap.
It runs. We shouldn't have. I'm pretty confident we shouldn't have fuel down in there.
Or compression.
No.
This is going poorly. Maybe this is why they stopped using this car.
Could be.
I mean, the tree wouldn't have helped, but...
The tree could have happened afterwards while this was in storage.
Yeah, well, it wasn't
We don't
working.
know. That was a good one.
It was a really good one.
Yeah. Right, we're just trying to work out what happened. So from my perspective, what I saw was when I moved the Dizzy up, I saw a tiny spark. Then I saw a flame about that high shoot out of that hole, and then obviously the bang. That ignition though has travelled through the bottom of the block, past the rings, into the head,
Because it also came out the top.
and it's launched our oil cap into the neighbour's yard.
Yeah, I heard... So I was standing over here, and I saw the smoke from where your hand was, and I saw smoke come out the top, and then once the smoke had cleared and we went, wow, that was silly, I heard the oil cap land over there somewhere. So I think it's on their roof. But that's a twist-in oil cap, not a push-in one, so that's blown the tangs, like, sky high.
Yeah.
Well, turns out we did have fuel.
And
Spark.
it ran for 0.6 of a second. Plus, we've clearly had a good detonation. So I deem this as a success.
It ran and fired,
It did.
if you will.
It fired once.
Yeah. No, there was fire, I mean.
Yeah, it did burn my hand a little bit.
You okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm alright.
Sorry, dude. We're going to give up, because that was...
You don't need to apologise.
Enough.
To be fair, we were
Yeah,
for like an hour.
we did put a lot of fuel through the carby.
I'm just glad that when the big flame shot out of here, it didn't ignite our fuel tank that was directly underneath my head right there.
Yeah, that would have been so bad. How much fuel have we used? Because this was like completely full. That is like here. And that was completely full up to the top. So.
We've put about 1 litre of fuel into the bottom of the block.
Yeah.
So into the
Through the rings.
past the rings. So that would be it. So the rings are fried. No compression.
And it's all sunk into the sump.
I kind of want to know what the I mean, I don't really care about the oil cap, but I'd kind of like to see what it looks like. Like
The cap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whether it's sort of,
Mushroom.
in my head, yeah, it's inside out.
Yeah. It definitely had enough bang to mushroom it, so... Should we try again? Because we haven't actually tried to start it since then.
Well, that would
Have we now cleared everything
that
out?
would have cleared all the fuel out.
Everything that was all crusty would now not be crusty.
Alright.
You're begrudgingly hoping now, aren't you?
That could have been real bad, man.
That could have been heaps worse. I want to find that oil cap. So Taylor went for an adventure and found the cap,
It's fine.
and it's perfectly fine.
It was kind enough to unscrew itself before exploding past the shed and down towards the back fence.
It ended up between this shed and the fence, about most of the way down. Does it still fit? Ah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, let's go again. I reckon that noise is the fuel filling the cylinders to a point where it's like hydrolocking.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Toast.
Yep.
Okay, so this isn't working, so we're going to rip Taylor's bits off. That was a bit weird. We're going to pull the parts that Taylor brought with him off
That sounds better.
because we've given up. And then once Taylor goes, I'll pull this motor out another day. So that's the end of this episode. I'm very glad that Taylor didn't lose his face. This engine is absolutely toast. I'm going to pull it out and possibly pull it apart in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week.